All right, everyone. Very good morning, very good evening. Welcome to my channel. This is Mallikarjun here. Quickly, today I'm going to demonstrate on the RAC database instance versus RAC database, how we're going to do maintenance on that. So right now I have two node RAC database here. So if I do psf grep smon, I can see my ASM1, dev1, UAT1, test1, three database instances, node 1. So on node 2 psf grep smon, I have my ASM instance 2, dev2, UAT2, test2, second instance of my RAC database. So I can just set my plus ASM1, the environmental variable to my ASM1. So env grep capital Aura will tell you plus ASM1, Oracle base, Oracle home, that is all set to grid. So I can say OLS nodes, that's going to tell me host node 1 and node 2. So let's take one example. I can take test database as one of the example. So I'm going to log into my Oracle user because test1 database is owned by Oracle. So I'm going to run dot voraenv dot space voraenv test1 because I'm on node 1. So env grep capital Vora. So that's going to tell me test1 Oracle base Oracle home 19C Oracle home. So now I can do srvctl status database -d test. So my database name. So my test1, test2, instance 1, instance 2 running on node 1 and node 2. Fair enough. So if I do srvctl config database -d test. So the config database will give me the configuration properties of the test database. So srvctl config database -d test. The database unique name is test, DB name is test, your Oracle home and owner is Oracle, SP file, password file, and start option, stop option, and primary database. And the descripts are reco and data. Type is RAC database. The in group is O install. So instance 1, instance 2 running on node 1 and node 2. Fair enough. That's about your database properties. Now I want to stop my database. SRV CTL stop database -d your database name. So it's gonna stop your both the instances, whatever your instance 1, instance 2 running on node 1 and node 2, everything will be stopped over there. That's your the very first command. So we're gonna do srvctl status database, srvctl config database, and then followed by you're going to do srvctl stop database. And the moment you stop your database, you're gonna stop across all the cluster nodes, and you can validate using the same status database, and then later you can start your database. Right, your command got successfully completed. srvctl stop database -d test database, which is stopped. Now you can check the status. srvctl status database test test1 test2 not running on node 1 and node 2. So that's about your the maintenance of your RAC database. Now I'm going to do srvctl start database, which is going to start on both the nodes. So that's your the maintenance of your RAC database for any activity like non-rolling activity of your patching or any hardware replacement or network replacement or any host activities or OS patching. So you can go ahead and then do database level maintenance. So your database instance level maintenance, srvctl status instance -i, your instance name test1 -d, your database name test. So srvctl status instance -i, your instance name -d, your database name. That's your instance one status. So right now you can see your srvctl command completed, your database started. Check your srvctl status database -d test db. Test1, test2, both instances running on node 1, running on node 2. Fair enough. Now I'm going to do instance wise maintenance. I want to bring down my instance 1. I can check my status of instance 1. Test 1 instance is running on node 1. So if I run the same command with the second instance, srvctl status instance, my test 2 instance. So I can run it from any cluster node, node 1 or node 2, node 3, wherever, whichever part of your cluster node, you can go and run it. Test 2 instance running on node 2. Even though I'm on node 1, I can get the query of my test 2 instance. So same command, I can use it for stop here. Instead of status, I can use stop instance, stop instance. So I can just do stop instance 1. It's gonna stop your instance 1. Your instance 2 will be up and running. I can quickly check the status here after stopping this one so that we're gonna get to know where it has stopped. It has stopped only on node 1, instance 1 will be down. Your instance 2 will be up and running. srvctl stop instance -i, your instance name -d, your database name. Command successfully completed. Now you can go ahead and then check your database instance. Right, instance 1 stopped on node 1, instance 2 running on node 2 because we are not yet stopped. Let's go ahead and stop your instance 2. Instance 2 is getting stopped. And after that, I can go ahead and then start my instance. So same command, srvctl start instance 1 of your test database, start instance 2 of your database. And then later you can check the status. Right, your instance 2 is getting started over here. Right, it started. Now you can check the status. So it's not a start, it's a stop. Both instances are got stopped now. Now I can go ahead and then start my instance one by one. Or I can directly go ahead and then start your entire database using srvctl start database. You're going to start it from your entire cluster wide. All the nodes, your instance will get started. But for now, I'm doing it only instance 1. So you might be wondering if I do start, whether it's going to start in no mount, mount, or open. If I do stop instance or if I do stop database, what you going to do? Stop like shut down immediate, shut down transaction, shut down normal. That all defined by your srvctl config database -d test. That's a configuration property in the defined at your srvctl level. That's going to define. If you start your database, it will be always go to open mode. From shutdown to no mount, no mount to mount, mount to open. It will always go to open mode. When you stop your database, it will always use shutdown immediate. So these are the two properties defined at your srvctl config level. Right, start instance 1 is started. Now you can check the status. It will be instance 1 will be running. Right, your instance 1 running on node 1, instance 2 not yet running. So let's go ahead and then start your instance 2 as well. Right, once the instance 2 is started, your entire database will be up and running now. So I'm just going to query one more time this status. Right, check the status now. Your test 1, test 2 running on node 1, running on node 2. Your both instances are up and running now. So other than that, you can do the same thing. Both instances, SQL plus /s sysdba. You can do shut immediate and then do same process SQL plus sysdba and startup. So both are going to be doing same, but you have to do it on all the nodes, all cluster nodes. In order to do your entire complete cluster down, or you want to do start your entire cluster, your cluster database, you have to do it on all the nodes. Stop instance, start instance. So on node 1, I'm going to do SQL plus /s sdba connected to your instance 1, like select instance underscore name comma status from $. Instance. So your test one, which is in open mode, I'm just going to do here, and then after startup, I'm going to check the same status. So now I'm going to do shut immediate or shut down immediate. Both are same. So I'm doing it on node 1. Let's go to your node 2, connect to your server 2 of your RAC cluster, and set your environment variable to test2 to SQL plus / sysdba. So again, run the same query, select instance name status, test2, which is in open mode. Whereas here on node 1, shutdown immediate, database is closed, database is dismounted, and database instance is getting shut down now. Right, your instance is down. Now I can exit from here. I can run the same srctl status command. Right, your test 1, which is not running on node 1, and your test 2, which we have not yet brought it down. We can just brought it down, second instance as well. On the second instance also down, we will query the same srctl command. We're going to say both the instance 1 and instance 2, both are not running. And you can do it either srctl stop instance level, srctl stop database level, or even you can connect to SQL command prompt. I can do shutdown instance wise and do your database specific maintenance or instance specific maintenance. At your second instance on the second node, also down, you can run the same srctl command. It says test1, test2 not running. So again, connect back to your command prompt on node 1. Just do after connecting, just to start up on node 1. Same thing, go to your node 2, connect back to your command line, SQL plus sysdba, and just to start up. So your node 1 getting started here, instance is started, and database will get mount and database will get opened. Same thing here, instance is getting started. Right, on node 1, instance is started and database is mounted and database is opened. So I'll just run the same instance status. Your test 1, which is in open mode, fair enough. I'll exit from here. I'll go to second node where my database instance started, database is mounted, database opened. So check the same instance status. Test 2, which is in open mode, exit. Go back to your node 1, do srctl status. It should be up and running. Right, that is your database maintenance versus database instance maintenance. You can either do srctl or you can do SQL command line. Both are one and same. Based upon whichever your comfort zone, you can proceed with that. All right, great. That's it for the quick demonstration for today. Let's connect on our next session. Thank you.